State capture refers to the way private individuals and companies illegally influenced state institutions to do their own bidding. This practice largely occurred during former President Jacob Zuma's presidential tenure. In the second batch of the report that was handed over to a representative from the president's office, the State Capture Commission reveals, amongst other things, that Transnet Rail Engineering was the primary site of state capture in financial terms. Transnet Rail Engineering is a state-owned manufacturer of railway components, including freight wagons, locomotives, and passenger coaches. The Commission also established that money laundering, fraud, kickbacks, and corruption were the order of the day at the company. The state-owned entity is one of many that serve as the engine of the country's economy. President Cyril Ramaphosa says the handover of the second part of the Commission report is a significant step forward for the work that government needs to do to rid South Africa of corruption. At least one analyst says the report will allow the country to deal with the corruption head-on now that it's been laid bare.
This second report that has been given to the president also allows the country at large to introspect in terms of how the politicians must look at themselves, in terms of how the citizens must behave, in terms of how the pieces that make up South Africa should work together in promoting and encouraging a corrupt-free South Africa.
Mambeu says while it's clear that there's widespread corruption here in South Africa, the country is also leading by example in terms of an effective judiciary.
Whatever happens in the context of South Africa has a big bearing on the continent. There's a big bearing in the region, especially in the region where you find that South Africa is used as a yardstick of democracy. It's used as a yardstick of social development. It's used as a yardstick of how state institutions can be used to disadvantage the majority, to loot from the state, and also how then the judiciary can play a role or an effective role in making sure that when people that are in power abuse institutions, or when people that are in power take advantage of institutions, how do they come in as a referee and as a final arbiter?
The third and final installment of the State Commission report will be handed over to the President at the end of February. Yulisan Jamela for CGTN in Johannesburg, South Africa.